Hello, you guys, and happy hump day, everyone. I am just coming to you guys with a quick motivational message. I want to talk to you guys about a few things today. Number one, we are still counting down till New Year's. I know I was thrown off track a little. I wanted to kind of guide us all on a good path leading towards New Year's, a healthy path, a spiritual growing and mental growth path, whatever hopes that you have for yourself this coming New Year's. It is all going to have to begin with changes in your mind, changes in your decisions that you make. I just really wanted to hammer, just how important just setting some goals are. I am still in the midst of my Happy New You challenge, and it is amazing for me. It is not too late to join my Happy New You challenge. It is 59 days left until the new year. 2022 is almost completely gone. So, I don't know if you guys are ready, or I don't know where you all are with just thinking about some changes that you want to make for yourselves, whether it be mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, however you want to see things change for yourself and just move in a different direction, opposed to whatever way that you were just not comfortable or not as happy as you want to be or content as you want to be in whatever that is currently going on in your life, or whatever has been going on in the past. Situations seems like they just are not getting better or are not changing for you, when you just want your life to get better. You want your health to get better. You want your mental capacity. I know a lot of us suffer from depression. I have been there. I was just saying in my motivational speech today, I remember a time when I was depressed for an entire year. I literally stayed in the bed. I only got up to go to the bathroom and eat. Birthdays, holidays, Christmases, everything. Like, my kids had to come to me, and that was the most depressing time I could ever remember in my life. And when, before I knew it, it had been an entire year before I decided to get myself up out of that funk. So, if you have been suffering in that capacity, then you might want to consider, joining my Happy New You challenge, or, just beginning to set goals, mental health goals for yourself. Today, I just want to talk to you guys about transformation, mental reformation. To reform something is to make new laws or new rules or change things for the better. So if you want to reform your mind, just change the way that you think about some things. Like, life for you is not going to be the way that you want it to be if you don't begin to change some things in your mind. Today I had an amazing time today during my motivational speech. I just interact with everyone so well, and I did talk about a recovery and addiction, and this coming January I'll celebrate, Lord willing, 7 years without smoking a cigarette. And it was a decision that I made in my mind. And a gentleman that was a part of the audience today was telling me about he said he been smoking cigarettes since he was 6 years old. And I said, how? Like, who was giving you cigarettes at 6 years old? I can't imagine, but that is some people's story, that they have, that they started really young. And I was talking about how I actually started as a teenager. I wasn't a baby because he was still a baby. I said, Jesus, what you know about smoking cigarettes at 6? But I started as a teenager, and was just something that I did, hanging out with my friends or wherever, and it just went from something fun that everybody was doing together. And after a while, it just wasn't fun anymore. I had to bow down to my nicotine addiction. It was expensive. It was costing me my health, and that's just not what I wanted for myself. And I asked the gentleman, like, why do you think you still smoke? And he was telling me different health issues that he suffered with, and the enjoyment that he gets from smoking cigarettes, which is, that's most of all. So sin is fun. Like, sin is fun. When you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing, is fun. To destroy the only temple that God is going to bless you with. I don't care how modern technology get with new limbs and new hearts and all of that kind of stuff. When you destroy this God-given temple, you don't get another one. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm sorry, but we should take care of our temple, and that's just not the line of health that I wanted to set up for myself, for my future, and I didn't want that for my children. And I asked him, I said, well, do you think that you can get pleasure out of life, the same amount of pleasure that you get from smoking nicotine? Do you think that you can find that amount of pleasure and satisfaction in life in any other aspect, opposed to destroying your health? Because that's what you're doing. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and try to say it in a way that is comfortable for you, because the Surgeon General warning on the pack of cigarettes, it literally tells you that you can get cancer, and ultimately it can cost your life. That is the warning, or the Surgeon General warning, that cigarettes can be hazardous to your health. Many people have lost their lives behind smoking cigarettes. It's just a known fact. And me personally, I chose to stop smoking, and I began to gain enjoyment out of life in other ways, besides smoking cigarettes. Like, and I do even today. I find way more satisfaction in different areas of life that is way more pleasant to me than smoking cigarettes, and I am not that are not hazardous to my health. I know sometimes we can put down one bad habit and start doing something else. Like, you can stop smoking cigarettes and start chewing tobacco. I wouldn't recommend that. Or you can stop smoking cigarettes, and some people like to indulge in chocolate. Now, I did pick up some pounds when I quit smoking initially. But I put them pounds back down where I picked them up, because, I just didn't have to compensate my nicotine addiction with being addicted to chocolate or food or anything else. So the mind, it lies to you, and it tricks you and tells you, what it wants to tell you. But my point of saying all of this is what I was trying to explain to that young man is, it's all in the way that you look at things, and all reality that is not true. Like, you think you can't find enjoyment or satisfaction, or the same amount of satisfaction, or to that capacity, the same enjoyment that you get out of cigarettes. You thinking that you can't find that fulfillment in any other area besides smoking cigarettes, that's not true, because there is so much more to life and enjoying the pleasures of life, they ain't got nothing to do with smoking no cigarettes. And I can say it because I live it every single day. I mean, life is amazing for me, even since I stopped using drugs. And these were things that I thought that I was going to do my entire life. And I'm so glad that I made the decision to put those things down and focus more on having a better line of health for myself. But ultimately, it's mental, because you have to know in your mind that there are different avenues that you can take in life that will give you fulfillment and satisfaction and enjoyment. It's just all mental. Even thinking that you have to be addicted to any substance, including nicotine, that's mental as well, because you don't need that to control your anxiety. I know a lot of people, they get stressed out. The bills ain't paid, the kids acting up, the car broke down, the money is short, and all of this kind of stuff. And the first thing some people do is they just go and smoke a cigarette. That's not the only way to learn how to control your nerves or your emotions or calm your spirit. Like that it's literally one of the worst things you can do for yourself, because I find techniques more every single day that I apply to myself. I take deep breaths. I just quiet my mind. I meditate. I learn how to redirect my thoughts. I just try to control my emotion. I have so many things going on in my life right now. I'm like hurting and mourning and going through the loss of my stepmother. She just passed. This past Sunday made 1 week. And this was a woman that raised me as her child my entire life since the day I was born. Of course, I'm still mourning the loss of my loved one. And in addition to other things that are going on top of that, with different people or whatever. And I have to learn how to control my emotions. I don't want to feel bad. I was telling myself today, as I prepared for my day, when my thoughts try to overcome me, when I try to get nervous or when I try to get discouraged and think about the things that are going on bad and what other people are doing, all of that kind of stuff, I have to remind myself of who I am in God. And I constantly tell myself that I know that things are going to work out for me in my favor, because I know they are. God is working things out for me right now. And that's just a different way of looking at things, opposed to looking at all of the negative things that are happening and the things that people are doing. So it's all perspective. It's all the way that you decide in your mind to look at things. There's more than one avenue, one direction. Is more than one way of looking at things. I mean, you can explore different avenues of thoughts in your own mind that will help you get through life better on a regular basis, that won't be detrimental to your health or anyone else around you. There is a healthy way of living that will help you prosper mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, physically. You can do things that will help you every single day of your life, that will give you the most pleasant experience in life that you didn't even think that you could ever possibly have. Anything that you do for yourself on the daily basis, if it's one thing, if it's for 5 minutes, if you meditate for 5 minutes, if you listen to something motivational, if you eat something healthy, if you walk, if you clear your mind, if you don't indulge in things that that are not healthy for you. Too much of anything can be a bad thing. If anything that you do for yourself, if you read an article of a magazine, reading is stimulating for your mind. I encourage anyone to pick up something and read it. If you just look up, I like to look up definitions and meaning of things, even if it's on Google, and I just find new ways to learn new things every single day. It stimulates my mind. It keeps me from being depressed. It keeps me from worrying about things that are not serving me. So it's all in the way that you set up these things in your mind. Perspective is everything. I cannot say that enough. So it is time to reform your mind, to think of things in a different perspective. If you want things to be different for your life, if you want your life to go in a more healthier direction in every single kind of way, if you want your New Year's to start off with a blast, then I suggest that you begin to change those things around in your mind right now and begin to transform and to reform and to change your life. I'm telling you, it is all worth it. Every one single little decision that you make to change your life for the better will absolutely be worth it. So that is my motivational message for the day, y'all. The new year is coming. I hope you guys are ready. Do something for yourself every single day. Put you first. That is my hump day motivational message for the day, you guys. Lord willing, I will be back on Thursday with another motivational message of the day. In the meantime, you guys always continue to stay prayed up and stay blessed.